tables started to turn. The kids started to go out and get other brands and started looking at what the Japanese kids in Harajuku or Shinjuku or Shibuya were wearing, you know what I mean? And I think the G-Shock and a lot of other Japanese flavors started to affect New York and LA. So us always going over there, we were hip to that. And it's really important that we connected with G-Shock through this watch. The thing about them is that they're very open-minded as far as letting the artists do their thing. So I didn't have to really convince them or sell them on any ideas. They just were like, let's do this. And I did a bunch of artwork, and it was mainly just technology, things, how to fit this artwork on the band, and how to laser the back or the artwork and still keep the things they wanted on there. And with color combos can be effective, you know.
So what's special about the Mr. Cartoon watch? I mean, you mentioned the artwork, but is there any other special features, or what colors did it come in? Tell me a little bit about that.
You know, a lot of people ask me what makes this watch stand out from others. I think it's pretty much a whole culture behind it. You know, instead of just how I was feeling that day, it actually represents decades of style and lowrider artistic pinstriping culture. So these styles were around long before I was. The original style pretty much started in the 40s on the Zoo Suiters. From Zoo Suiting into the 50s and 60s, where guys were putting concrete blocks on the trunks of the cars to get them to lay down low, and wire wheels, and starting to crease their pants and comb their hair back. And, you know, this pinstriping was born. You know, pinstriping was pretty much developed to cover the chips on the cars. And the guys started getting creative and started pulling lines, started doing flame jobs. And that's pretty much what the band of the watch represents, you know, is the car culture, the pinstriping of the cars. And then you have the Smile Now, Cry Later, which is probably one of the oldest icons of tattooing. So I wanted to bring my tattooing lifestyle into it. And Good Times, Bad Times represents life, you know, yin and yang, if you want to get real deep about it. But the color combo is something that we love to wear blue and gray out here. You know, it's real West Coast thing that, I don't know, we wear navy blue jeans every day, white tees, and gray shoes. And it was kind of a working man industrial clothes adopted from the 70s. Our fathers were blue-collar workers, and they were wearing this blue khaki outfits, and we kind of take the color combos and put them together. So this was kind of a combo that I knew I wouldn't have to sell real hard, you know, that would just, people would just feel it.
You've really made LA sort of like a brand, and it resonates all over the world. Like, Japan may have brought these over here, the G-Shocks, but you're bringing a whole nother style to them. So, like, you know, how do you keep in touch with that kind of LA and make it something that the world can really feel?
It's important that I represent where I came from, and I think that's one of the reasons that we keep our studio in downtown LA. I was born a couple blocks away from right here. I was raised though in the Harbor area, but the whole LA feel, you know, tends to affect the rest of the world as far as NWA or Dr. Dre goes, or that whole style of West Coast lowrider culture. But then I go to New York, and it's funny because they don't even have lowriders like that yet. They feel it. They feel a part of it. They feel a part of the movement. I think it's just the honesty of it, and the realness of maybe a family connection. You know what I mean? It goes back to family thing. Me and my father used to go to car shows together and set up a little 10x10 booth, and I would airbrush t-shirts and portraits of people's cars. So it's really not that far away from what I'm doing right here. It feels the same.
Okay. You've worked with a lot of brands in the past. You worked with Nike and Scion and Sidekick and now G-Shock. Why these collaborations specifically?
I love to do collaborations with people that I already rock their products, you know what I mean? I had G-Shock before I did a collabo with them. You know, I had Air Force Ones before I designed one. G-Shock is just something that seems wide open. You know, my next goal would be to do a Baby G, do a female one, because you can imagine I go home with this and I get scolded because I don't have nothing for the wives and nothing for the women out there. They really want something too. So, you know, with the G-Shock gods bless us, you know, that'll come in the future. But as of today, this is, I don't even, you know, this is really just gonna hit the store. So it's gonna be interesting and exciting to see how everyone reacts off of it, you know, how people feel.
How is it being just like a kid from LA who had started out as an artist and doing everything from like graffiti to like being a print artist to being a tattoo artist, and now the artist behind so many products? Like how do you feel about your career evolving?
Every time I do one of these collaborations, it's really thought out. You know what I mean? We turn down a lot of collabs that don't fit, even though the check might be there. This is money's over here, and this is more about building with someone else and making some artwork. You know, I never get used to it. You know, I never get bored. You know, they say if you're bored, you're boring. You know what I mean? So you always have to be using your brain. Always have to be thinking of the next thing. Now, what are we going to do next, you know? But it's also important to be into the present moment, and that's what this watch is about. This is the present moment right now. It's just going to start to release into the stores. So, you know, we're grateful. Yeah, we feel excited to see what's going to happen.
Now, you still have your tattoo shop, you still do tattoos. Tell me about keeping that business going while you're still, you know, I mean, you're becoming such an entrepreneur in other arenas.
Thank you. It's very important that I stay grounded, you know, in all of this. I haven't quit my day job yet. You know, I'm still tattooing, still mirroring cars, still on the daily grind, you know what I mean? This is something that starts to be building blocks for the future. You know, these are putting bricks into the wall of a dream, you know what I mean? Having this overall dream of being able to put artwork on different surfaces, you know, be it someone's skin, which is the most difficult of all surfaces. If you could tattoo, you can basically do anything. Doing a wall, you know what I'm saying? Doing a hood of an Impala, you know, there are all these different characters, different surfaces with different personalities. Working with G-Shock is something dope because they're so multicultural, you know, they can go to New York and have a big event there and all the different characters that are there, and then come back to LA, it's a similar type of vibe, and then go to Tokyo, Paris, wherever, so it's gonna be crazy. And I'm a G-Shock fiend right now, you know what I mean? I went and bought like 10 of them the other day, you know, just feeling wild, because a Frank Mueller's like $30,000, you know what I mean? So getting a G-Shock is, man, you're still getting the same stuff. Half the people don't even know what a Frank Mueller is, you know what I mean? So G-Shock, they're like, hey, nice watch, you know what I'm saying? So it's a sign of the times, you know what I mean? Things are changing fast.